You're looking at the live chat. It's been a constant problem because of what technology is and because of the power that our lines hold and because of how technology is formed here. Technology was formed by your crucifixions. Really easy. The Judah line paid the price in penance. We washed your feet. We took all your sins. Why? Because it took all that knowledge to fucking figure this out. Why did we have nothing but sand? I don't know. Probably because this didn't complete the last time and some guy came down and said he knew everything, but then could only talk to Mary Magdalene and a ghost, so they could make fish, but that's just about it. Everything down here is polarized. Number one rule on Earth, it's a learning planet. Number one rule on Earth, it's a learning planet. I'm from the Shah. I paid the price for every single one of y'all's sins. And I'm done doing it. That's not why we did this. We didn't do this to just like keep letting everybody get a free ride. That ain't why it had to be done. And we said we didn't know it. We didn't know what we did for you. You're damn straight. We didn't know. And we'd never do it again. Never. Those of us who walk through it, there ain't no way in hell because all of y'all's treating us like this and then you're still freaking, I don't even know. I don't know what y'all people do. I really don't. And this is the ones listening behind the scenes and the ones watching YouTube. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it's insane to me. But then again, they turned on CERN and y'all went, whoop, whoop. I told you I lost 50,000 of you. You believe that your reality is made because of what? Because, see, I used to be under this false conception, too. Remember, I was in the middle of Fortune 100, putting all the work. But I did have to get solved on backwards in order to figure it out. Because the base root of how everything works down here is ass backwards from everything you think it is. And that is for every single fucking layer of this. Unless you've walked ghost layer, then even then you probably don't even know that you did, unless you know that you walked ghost layer 0 point and then connected all of it. And if so, then I know that you'd be contacting me by this point because you'd know what's up. But see, that still hasn't been happening. It's just a bunch of ghosts that are still attempting to show up because the beings that were supposed to be in the ghost decided to ghost and go empire. Every single one of them made a decision to sell out. If you made a decision to sell out, do you think for beings like me that are and there's way more of me, we're walking different pieces. All of y'all are doing it. There just aren't very many that are doing it consciously, so you're not getting anything. And then you got a ghost walking around. Well, who do you think I interface with then? Ghosts. Because it still has to complete. Just because nobody else did it, don't mean it ain't got to be done. Right? I mean, what's so insane about this is that it is all fucking math and calculations, and it really is physics in a higher strand. But y'all don't realize that Tesla and Disney are twins, and that's how that works together, because your right and your left brain have to work together. Nobody can fully survive off a left brain militant template and survive. There is another being that's attached to you in that militant that is in pain. And I'm not talking about your wife or your little baby girl. Because our souls are linked back to way more than that by this time when you get military armies and shit. That ain't how the world's supposed to be run. Y'all like how it is? If you like how it is, then keep doing what you're doing. I mean, but forget, like, all bridges have been burned. And evidently it's the way it needed to happen. But I'm just done blowing shit up. And then I'm done getting blamed for it. Whenever all I'm doing is making sure that y'all don't fall off the fucking planet. I mean, my God. I'm an astronomist. I'm not an astrologist. It's fact-based. And the only thing, the last one came around, what, Dionysus? Well, it's about right. That's what our line proves every time we come here. Every time. There's a different version of whatever the fuck they had you reading the last time. We're going to appear whatever you think it's going to appear. It's what you wrote it to be. It's an energy. You wrote it. Okay. So, but then it shows up and then no, it can't be. Okay. See, I didn't know all this until I walked it. But then, if you want to go be me, then go be me. But it's going to cost you about 40 million years. You can't just be me and get all whatever. You see what I'm saying? And I realize when I'm saying this about me, I'm saying it about you. I know all of you are saying, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane how, because they'll just walk in front of you. I'm so-and-so, really? Like, why are you saying that? Your reality is lining up. If you're the only one walking around with a bunch of ghosts, then all these ghosts think that they're you. But realize it's just different versions of yourself, and somebody should have been there. I've finally seen this acted out once, because this last 3 days, see, good things have happened too. It's just all happening at once, because those of us who, this is as far as we've ever gotten. This is as far as the human race has ever gotten outside of that rule. We still are learning in this realm, attached to a whole bunch of people that are still doing stupid shit. And making like jelly rolls and shit, literally, in the physics, because all y'all still doing is like NASCAR. It gives everybody, it gives people a chance to fucking jump in. That's what happened. Now, and this is how it originally happened too. Whenever it originally happened, I don't know when it originally happened, when this first being or White Witch, or because this was all Skull and Bones. Hermosa Beach Theater right there, Skull and Bones. Boom, 1923. Kachanga. Put it in the book. That's for sure. 100. I just walked it. Also linked to Francis Bacon. And me, 100 with Francis Bacon. Because I almost just got pushed out of the window again. Because she didn't jump. She got pushed. It's some of that Hillsong, Spring Hill shit. It's why my son's phone just magically dropped into the lake. No. There's demons around fucking throwing phones in the lake the whole time to make sure Rex's phone fell in the water. So that he could lose all connection with me. Okay, whatever. I'm done even worried about it at this point, because there's nothing I can do about it until the people stand up for me. It'll happen. Many are recognizing us. We did a whole moon ceremony on the pier. That pier was back to love and energy until last night. And then it was getting, I don't know what, to be honest, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck. Because first the Jason comes up, he's drunk. But just in time, Louis stepped in. Now, if you've been watching my channel, this goes back to Zaza when I walked on water and I was doing the chandeliers. And because this is the big, we've already jumped the beginning. I made the connection. But as soon as I did, holy fucktards. Well, as soon as I did, then it was, because the pier right there in Hermosa Beach, we're having to make sure that the undercurrent, we're trying to chill out the undercurrent. We're better off for it to go up than down. So since the harvest moon, the collective and me together, because people have been going out to the beach more. There's a bunch of stuff that was going on, but when we all walked out on the harvest moon together, it was a bunch of 20-somethings that because they recognized me in a second. I don't have to argue with them. They know that I have, that just held my hand. I'm helping. The spiritual community is the goddamn problem, because the spiritual community was set up to interfere. It was. It's why I never was in the spiritual community. I was already through that. I swear it's archaic old shit. You know, there's only one book that through the Libra sessions when I had it, because I'm judgment and I get called into etherics for different shit all the time. Now it happens in your physical. Now if I come into your energy and it starts getting like that, what's happening is I'm trying to clear you. And what's weird is you never know what the right answer is, and neither do I. But as soon as it comes up, it's like, oh shit, good, that's over. You just got cleared. Most of the time, it's because you'll hold steadfast and you won't do whatever it is I'm telling you to do, because then that shows us that you're being controlled. So that's why then I have to get forceful with you to see if you're going to fold. But I'm just asking you a question. But it's happened for the past 7 months over here at the end of this antimatter getting cooked in the king house. Realize that the whole remaking of ABO Bud played out in 2018. I rewrote your blood twice. We've rewritten the body templates from way back in root race, cleared every single DNA. They put all the Hopi codes on me. This is why I know what I know. This is why my crew knows what we know. But realize that it didn't just happen 3 years ago. It happened more like 30,000 years ago. And that's how long our souls have been gone on the dark side, holding this shit. As everybody running in and out of it, getting a bloodbath. All the while we're on the other side of the dark side of the moon, fucking just watching y'all die, left and right, fucking just coming through, all in a daze, to where you're standing there in your etheric body dead because you don't know what the fuck, and you're just standing there. That's what y'all are doing up there. You're still doing it. There's a whole group of y'all, and y'all just standing there because it's like when Ivana Trump died. She's in shock. She didn't know where to go. She magnetized straight to me and to the crew. Because why? Because that's what she's intended to do in death. But we were alive. So then how is she dead? It confused you too. Welcome to the shop. Realize they did it to the whole world. Realize that's why Judah allowed it to go on. This is why Sierra and the Shah exist. We didn't just take it for no goddamn reason. Please, we're masters. We know this realm. Even whenever we didn't, we's connected into the ones who did. It just took a really long time to be able to pick up those messages in this body, because our bodies were torn apart, because it's put together like this 30,000 years ago. And the Vatican had a little fucking heyday party on all of this. And there ain't nobody down here that wasn't affected since the get of Merovingian times, because it went fucking backwards. This is why you got fucked up Henrys. This is why you got fucked up Kevins. This is why little babies got eye drooping. This is why the boys are getting titties. This is why in Japan they don't even know what to do with a woman. They can do all they know. If you don't tell them instructions and they don't know, if it's not in the computer, then it ain't real. Your DNA is programmed to do that to you through the tech. It's the fucking same thing. It's a different dimension, same thing. Your body is the tech. It puts off the codes. Where do you think the codes come from? How do you think the codes can just go Wi-Fi? Y'all really think about that. Everybody really think about Wi-Fi for a minute. Nobody wants to believe in the power of air, which I'm an air bender. That's what we do. We were an air. It's like everybody's trying to figure out how the hell I did this whole time. Well, shit. I finally figured it out a little bit. If you would have asked me, instead of fucking trying to hit me over the head all the time, then maybe we could have figured it out together. But basically, whenever you send bad blood in my shit, I clear the blood, and then I jump in it, and I fucking swim like a motherfucker to clean it up as quick as possible. And depending on who you are, that could happen in a second, and it could take 30,000 years, it looks like. None of it just comes off. Healers, I need you to realize this right now, because we fucking realize this. Hello. We didn't know either, to this extent. Whenever you heal somebody, you're in it with them. You're in it with them. If it's body healing, oh, shitballs. You're in it with them. Everybody that you healed, you put on a backpack. That's what the backpacks was, what the Magog was. Because, see, we got rid of our backpacks because I rewrote blood. So all the curses were gone, so all the healing was gone. So then what did they do? Artificial black and white. Artificial black and white with a backpack. See, that's just a lower level image of a gig suit. Go look at the Playboy bunnies. Natty found this. The Playboy bunnies, the twins that were with Hugh Hefner. Okay, well, go look at them now. Gig suit. That's what happened to me when Gwen Stefani decided, or whatever, that she's going to be made instead of me. And she taught you how to spell bananas. And she got a Blake and da-da-da-da. Oklahoma? Oh, shit. You mean pedophilia holding cells? You mean processing? Like, I'm sorry that I don't want to know this shit either. Thank God it only comes through whenever I need to say it. But evidently this is what needs to be said right now. I'm just trying to cut my other feed. But that is what they do. That's what QAnon is. QAnon's just a static energy that of all of us ascended. So we cut Q. There is no Q. There is no queen. There's no money. There's actually no druid count. There's a lot. There's actually not a whole lot because I don't have much left. You only have whatever I have. Diamonds are no longer worth anything. Silver's no longer worth anything. Copper's no longer worth anything. Gold's no longer worth anything. Platinum's no longer worth anything. White gold's no longer worth anything. Your healing knowledge is no longer worth anything. You're no longer going to have any alcohol because that's all you spend money on, and because we're your divine feminines, and the only way that you're going to get alcohol is to heal your DNA, and we ain't giving it to you anymore because you spend all your money on that, and then you think that you don't need anything and there's not any money left. You're spending all the alcohol, and then you're giving all the underlords power, and then they come run us out of town. And then if we get fucked up because they just want to make us homeless and die, they just want to drive us crazy, so we'll do something crazy because we want us to feel like we don't have anywhere to move. But we're self-aware humans and we can change it in a heartbeat, and I know all physics, and I'm connected to all y'all, and they're fucked. But I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm tired of being told that I'm this and I'm that because I showed up with your commanders and I had that little worm in me which blasted me to your fucking timeline. That's why I was born here. I just show up. Just like Maria Orsic. Just like it, same thing. Just like fancy whatever the hell. Bacon, same thing. John Bonet, same thing. Diana, she died because of that. Now Charles has got, what, lasers coming out of his eyes and shit? Knocking people over? Because he ain't got no buffer. He ain't got no Vatican angel. They just porting in beings from all over the world. In fact, I make DNA, and I make them real. So that's why they put us on Mars, put us on wherever, so we'd make them. They've been doing it forever. That's what's created time travel, because your body is the spacesuit. Your body has the code. Your body is the time travel machine, depending on where it came from. So if you got beings like us that print people or print beings, that's what we do, because we're here for an ascension. I mean, mind you, it's only for the ascension of the human race, and it was only supposed to be done once. And it was only supposed to be done about 590 years ago. But this is how long they've been doing this in order to reprint beings. And not only that, to bring ones that aren't even supposed to exist from other fucking planes in order to, what? Make a big ass sandbag so this bitch can't go up. And that's it. That's it. They made a whole bunch of humans that were sandbags and da-da-da-da-da, and then control you with whatever, because that's how you got to do whatever. All their power is to whatever. If I hear one more person tell me that I need to be saved by Jesus, I'm going to rip their asshole out. Because I personally am the one who got cursed by your Jesus every fucking way in and out. And I'm done dealing with the name. It never was supposed to be a boy. If you had completed this in the beginning, then none of this would have needed to happen to begin with. Mother Nature is a feminine. But then you make Mary Magdalene a whore, and then all of a sudden, all of us who came in, started getting raped at 11 and 12 years old because all of y'all said Mary Magdalene was a whore and you believed it. And then the beings like us who came in to play the role all got raped by your men. And then you got upset with us because your men wanted to be with us because we were pure, but we's raped because y'all said we were a whore. And then you told us we's a whore. And then the whole thing reenacted. I'm done being your whore. I'm not a whore. I'm not a whore. I was sexually enslaved because the human race did it to us. And that's true. It's still happening. That's what's blowing my fucking mind. I mean, shit, $3 million company. I mean, they did steal the tech from me. I met a guy yesterday who just made an app, color wheel on it. And he wanted to know if it's okay if we can go chill. No, I ain't here to be your girlfriend. I didn't come to any of these people with any twin energy of wanting to be your fucking lover. I've never wanted that. I've only been the alpha one to connect this because I know what the hell it's about. And then I had to be the one to make sure that princesses and queens could be cleared to marry whoever they want. And then they didn't like that either. So then every time I stand up and say something, they beat my ass. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting led around trying to make sure that I have a place to sleep last night because I get kicked out all of a sudden because they want to move some cocaine motherfuckers in on Hermosa Beach. Well, y'all can get the fuck off my planet and my reality. We ain't doing penance for all y'all's bullshit and stupidity anymore. We're done with it. We've dealt with it for long enough. We went back in for all y'all. My crew went back in for all of you in 2018, and that's why this went sideways, because there wasn't enough of us to fucking do it then. Well, we're connected now, and we've done what we needed to do, and we got everybody out. And I'm just letting everybody in the world know you cannot look at color hue, you cannot look at your energy, you can go back to being whatever the fuck you want to be, but you're going to be stuck in that shit, and I can promise you, you ain't going to like the Epstein royal timelines they have written for you, because that's a shock. And that's what I'm sitting here telling you is coming for you and yours if you don't get it straight. And I'm talking about for 1,000,000 years. Because if this gate closes, shit, you're already seeing what happens when we pull our energy. Fucking chaos and everybody dies. But we ain't doing it for a bunch of ignorant beings that want to give us a bunch of spell words and tell us that we need to go get saved by Jesus. No, Jesus is on the 7th dimension. No, he blew us out to the 55th for washing his feet over and over again. And that's the truth. I lived it. With every damn layer of galactic Jesus that they made. Put all the EIN on the Coke. Shit. There's 40,000 Christ walking down here. 40,000 beings that are made to clear your DNA that have fucking lived through it all. 40,000. That's how many times this has been going on. Because why? Nobody wants to admit it. You want to sit on your fucking cush and get a paycheck every 2 weeks? Well, it's coming out your ass, your urine, and it's how you're fucking sick. So keep doing it. Go ahead. This is universal law. Ain't nobody doing it to nobody. The collective doing it. And whatever race you're attached to or whatever organization you're attached to If it is what it is, if you're stuck right now, that's why. Delete yourself from that shit, but then don't go jump back in it because it's gonna kick your goddamn ass. And that's what just happened. That's all of us. Earth is a trip. Especially when you're a you being. Holy shit. You can just be walking and be like, Rah! Alice in Wonderland. Legit. If you have no idea how your etheric Da Vinci body is, all they got to do is show up and seal you off. Do you know how many I have pulled out of vampirism and had to restart their heart? And every single one of them goes, oh shit, I knew they got me, or I thought I got out in the woods. Shit, every single time I got out, I thought I got out. I'm not purely out yet. I will be by tonight because I set it up. We're doing the whole damn thing. We're going to have a master rave tonight with a French connection. All the way from K to C, Kansas City to San Francisco to, like, I don't know, everybody's going to San Francisco all of a sudden. But San Francisco says that they own 7-Eleven. But then Sophia worked at 7-Eleven whenever we dropped the Masonic grid in Austin when we did this originally, and then they took it again. And Sophie was there, and a man came in and knew Jesus was there and got on his knees, knew that all money was going to end. Well, the funny thing is, I just walked in the biggest fucking 7-Eleven. It looks like a Walmart. It looks like the beginning of a Walmart 7-Eleven right here on Crenshaw. And how I ended up over here? Total cosmic universe. All the homeless bullshit that's over here laid for this, I just went and blew it up. So if anybody on here watching from the back end is the one that set it up, you might want to come clean the street real fucking quick. Because it won't go off in this dimension. It's going to hit everything that's laid on it. Every corporation, every EIN, every fucking oil tank, every application, every drug bust, every whatever the fuck, whatever's laid up on this road is set to fucking explode. Every single Mason code that is around me is set to explode throughout every goddamn dimension on the highs. So you might want to start cleaning up the middlemen, monkey men, Vegas bullshit. And you might want to call your meth heads off. And you might want to fucking start thinking about taking that drug off the market. Because that intention that you set up with that shit in somebody's bathtub is all based on some Dahlia shit. And is based on some Chinese shit that a lot of people are going to the federal penitentiary for in a goddamn heartbeat, including the special ones I talked about. So I suggest that anybody that is making any type of fabrication, stop now, because it won't blow up, because we don't want to hurt nobody else. It's just going to fucking blow into you, and you're going to eat from the inside out immediately when you cook it, and I order it now. Anybody that's still cooking souls and still doing that cook shit, I order it done to you as soon as you turn the fucking oven on, and trust, I've been doing 2-minute microwave counts to make sure it fucking happens every single time I leave a room. There will be no more dying in our names ever again. I delete all German names. Germany in this up to their eyeballs. Germany all over us for like 2 fucking weeks. Coming in by the busload to set this up. Germany trying to hold on to some fake names. Every single one of y'all's names were traded whenever you came into the United States a long time ago. They's getting ready for this. They knew exactly what I knew. They had a phonetic fucking code. They's running everything on the higher ciphers from the other countries and then making the United States fucking pay the price. Work. When the rest of them, take off 2 months, go fucking travel, You're in the United States, you don't know shit. All these Europeans come down here and they're also free love. Yeah, you're free love because you're not getting raped to give you free love. You come down here and you say, oh, you Americans, you're so tight about this and that. No, we're used to big monkeys fucking locking us in the bathroom, fucking taking our power from us because you gave it all to us and you suck it out of us. That's why we're like that. We didn't used to be like that. In fact, we's open, wide open, too wide open, weren't we, girls? Fuck that. Put up your boundaries. Don't let them talk that way to you. Do not. Tell them. No more. Women do not exist to be a dump truck for the rest of the goddamn world. And it ends now. If you don't want to learn sexual alchemy, then you don't want to have sex, then fine. I'll order dry pussies and fucking limp dicks for everybody who don't want to learn sex alchemy. You just want to make money? Well, guess what? It's the same fucking thing. All the ones that set up these big family lines that have been sucking the world dry, I demand it drained right now. And I command all masters hold up their right hand, and I command it sucked through the power of the brain and the bloodline. And I command that it go from Uluru up through Mauna Kea and blow the biggest goddamn whatever the fuck needs to break this seal from below and above. And let's be done with this bullshit. I am not going to be like this 1 minute longer and then have to be blamed because I got to make the order. I mean, I had to be life-lighted, basically, and everything go insane and get me out of my good, loving mood that everybody's waiting for me to turn back into this bullshit, get on this fucking ring. And I'm sick of it, because then I get blamed for it. Because why? Because the one who's supposed to be doing it over in New Zealand, and with all my money, waiting for me to get thrown out of a fucking window, and then telling me he's going to be there for a while. And so now he's out of the country, so he don't give a fuck. There's your queen, not your king. I'm your king. Where's your queen? QAnon, I'm sorry. An Aeon, I'm sorry. A Moa, I'm sorry. A Boa, I'm sorry. Isn't that ABO blood? Run on some skull and bones? Realize when I'm telling skull and bones, that means that the being that controlled all your bodies was being sawed on, so you were too. And everybody went in a big tree. And you just dangling there. We all was. That's what clearing your lines is. But you see, the problem is those lines got cleared, and now y'all all flew off. And now there's a whole race of y'all that think that y'all just know everything about everything. And you can just create anything you want. Well, you can in your little weird place of space, and then I suggest you get out. You're going to have an AI problem like me. But do whatever you want. You're just not going to do it in our area of space where it's attached to any of our humans that can hold the seal on the ones who do know what they're doing, just because you think you have some power from some boss or some melanin or some witch line or some sorcerer that don't even have the balls to face me. Realize that all y'all that you're sending your evil fucking shit to, they don't even, like whoever they are, they don't even have the balls to face me. I've even paid for their airplane tickets to get to me. They won't do it. Do you know why? Because when they come in my energy, I turn them and I clear them. I turn them back into a human. I make their heart stop. They have to start clearing their own shit. They're no longer connected to a tree of RH negatives that's clearing it for them. Now there's no RH negatives. It's just the entire human race. RH negative was written by your Epstein programs. How hard do you scream? Do you make more energy when you fuck? Do you make more energy when you shop? Do you make more energy whenever you shower? Do you make more energy when you... What kind of energy is it? If I hit you real hard, is that a good energy? I don't know. That's up to you and your line. If you're powerful like me, hitting with the car can do a really good fucking number in front of Bill Bank on the right constellation count, and then Toyota move in and set up a $56 billion mile on top of an Ottoman Empire with a Union Bear and a Kia and a Honda. hooked up to a Bush Parkway, holding a gate from Russia. We just closed the Australian time count. Look at Australia, look at it from Google Earth, go to the far left over there, scan, 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 scan. You're going to find a little Navy base, big old Stargate. I told them to shut it down a long time ago. Your governor didn't go missing. He went into another timeline. He went up into Austria. They's holding it down and having a little party. It's like a big old fucking amusement park. Your ass coming in and out of it. Oh shit, I just hit a brick. Oh, another one died. Not even sorry. Fuck you. That's how they work. That's what they doing. And then when it got time to finally get here, see, that's the thing, because I was your planet, but your planet's dead. So I was your planet. So I can only incarnate. This is why I'm ancient. So I can only incarnate whenever there's an evolutionary count and I have to show up on the planet. But my job is to make sure that the evolution of the planet's ready and get it all done. Well, I did my job, and then every single time they take controls from me, put me back down, and then all y'all go down, and then more of y'all come to get us, and then before you knew it, we was all trapped down here. Sound about right? So I don't know if that other feed landed. I need some power behind me. I need some power behind me. I got some cash. Shit comes up whenever I need it. You better bet somebody took me to a hotel and gave me 3 nights and knew, because there was no way he saw what was happening. And then he left. He's an angel. I have what I need when it comes to me. I'm sick of walking this bullshit, poor shit, because someone else is having me manifest this for the rest of the world, and they're off gallivanting in the money that Star Command gave him $8,000 when it was $8,000 in order to have this right now. So we weren't doing this so that we'd have power. So screw them, screw them all. We're taking the whole fucking thing, including entertainment. All of it's going down. All of it. So here's what I need for y'all. Send me $1 to connect. I need the power of the money because it's what it is. And if y'all don't connect with me, then I can't send you energy through a grid. And there's not much that I can do. So you can send $1 to connect on Cash App. And it's Christi Birch. And I'll put it here. I don't have my sign. It's at the hostel still. All the physics are holding on the pier right now. If they move it and throw it away, your whole fucking California pier is falling. So I suggest that you put a message out in your whatever, that the Surf City hostel that's on top of the safe house, that is the motel where I had to appear in order to take back the death that was put up on Skull and Bones, and why the whole pier is actually have a plumbing problem right now. If that stuff is moved from that closet with the physics of terraform Earth for any reason, the whole pier is going to go down, and the whole entire California coast is going to flood. And it ain't my fucking fault. So whoever it is that's running bullshit over there, I suggest you leave that in the closet until I can get there on Sunday when it's safe to come back in that energy with what you pulled last night. Or not. And be thankful that Jim and y'all get in, and I called all archangels and all to descend and ascend on Hermosa Pier today, and we do have command they're holding. We're going through a Stargate right now. My eyes clearly showed it this morning. When I go out, I have to cover my eyes. My eyes are opening up weird ass shit. They're doing a bunch of y'all's art, but mine specifically, because I put all these stars back together in order to get us out of this low level realm. This is literally, fuck the whale. This is way bigger than the whale. They even figured out how to make us into mermaids. Whenever we all went into a whale, we had to go all the way out to a trillion-year star, everybody. We're in a big spaceship. We are moving from what you thought was Earth, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It hasn't been a while. The only way it was still is because everybody was manifesting what they saw before. And that's the truth. There is no Russia right now. There isn't. There hasn't been a northern hemisphere for quite some time, to be honest. It was set up on a simulation, as you can tell how I'm describing it. They were coring. They were drilling. This is why Virgo, 5 to 7 degrees, is a black hole. All the celebrities that have died, every single one of them for the past 4 years, was somehow mixed in the making and the utilizing of the line of Judah. What was happening is that in the higher consciousnesses is where your creativity lies. And as a collective, we spin creativity because we can all see through each other's eyes. So it was being gated off to where it was being taken from the etheric body stripped like a Russian doll. So if you're the biggest Russian doll, and then you take out all the dolls in the middle and you put in whatever the fuck, then what do you have? Because the power comes from inside. You have a big Russian doll that's commanded by a bunch of evil beings who thinks that they're doing the right thing, just like I was. But how do you keep a lion tame? You feed it. You convince a self-aware human, you convince them anything, and they'll make it happen. And what happened is that I was convinced, everybody was convinced I was evil. And for whatever reason, well, I know why, because of all this bullshit. Every single thing that's ever been written about me is a lie, but nobody bothers to come talk to me. They just blame me. Well, that's why. They couldn't get me to do anything this time. I was out of the system. You could not convince me, none of it. That's why I jumped into the spiritual world to clear, because that's what they's doing to us. There's a whole bunch of us too. There's a whole bunch of us in the South. This is everybody that's been from Billy the Kid. I was a Hardin girl. My great-great-grandfather, John Wesley Hardin. They's fighting it back then from the Westerns. That's why California all of a sudden wants to be Texas, and Texas is acting like they're California. Everybody over here got boots on. They want to listen to country music. It's freaking crazy. It's like I'm back in the 90s, but I'm in California. But where's my people? Because they ain't here. And they ain't, I don't know if they're in Austin or not. When I tried to go to Austin to kick this off when it's supposed to be at South by Southwest 2020, that's whenever they shut down everything. Soon as we booked those plane flights. Venezuela, Colombia. Well, this is Santa Rosa gone awry. Well, this is what happens when you do that shit. Try to make Abbeys and Beatles and whatever the fuck. They had beings coming through gnats, y'all. Gnats. Now, I'm not even joking. And imagine being like, dealing with that and keeping sane. How you do it is you set up your own Akashic library of what all this is. Because every year, it's going to repeat until you get out. Every fucking year, to the date. To the date. Every year to the date. It takes 9 months. Shit don't just happen. And the thing is, everybody that was in my cruise is like, you think whenever you leave me that it stops. No. You leave me, it just starts. Because I'm the one holding up. I'm the one holding it off you. Whenever I exit the building, ka-chinga. Because I'm not holding it up no more in your energy. And then you want to blame me. But no, that was your shit, not mine. I was just there mirroring it to put the world back together. Using the story. That's why I meet everybody. I'm like, whoever I talk to, everywhere. No matter who it is. Whoever I have a conversation with down here, I always say, look, I know who I am. But who are you? Because I know who I am. I know I'm very powerful. I know what I'm doing. I've been on a mission for 5,000, 50,000 years. So who are you if I'm having that conversation? That's what I always say. And nobody wants to, I don't get battles from the people I talk to. I've never to this day had a battle with anybody that I meet on the street that's a normal person that I'll just walk up to and give information to. I've never had an issue. It's the ones that are attempting to take over the consciousness and that are attempting to trick me and steal our shit and steal our, realize, cognate, C-O-G-N-I-T is what Eisenhower had me in. Signet the other. We prove that your thumb is moving and somebody is getting Morse code. They're getting every single, because they took over your body. But everybody wants to use their mind. Well, guess what? Your mind is in your body. You best not use that for a minute. You best use your heart, because that's clinicked up here. If not, you're fucked. Let me think about it. Okay, go think about it. That's good. Why don't you go think about it? Why don't you go build up a bunch of bullshit on yourself and then you have to complete it? Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Because whenever you think about it, then everything that you think about, you have to then walk through. I learned not to do that a long time ago. This is no expectation stuff. If it works out, it works out. Yeah, I'd love to go. Let's intend to go. But if tomorrow morning I wake up and shit is fucking nuts like today, I think the universe was telling me don't go. But then I knew exactly that I'd already set up. I'm really going, but I'm not going. But that's how powerful I am now. And if you're fucking with the entire human race, I can do anything to protect it. I'm going to see if that's over. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for being here. I was in North Carolina. Cash App. Can I type here? Let me see if I can. Let me see. Can I? No. Can somebody type it? It's Christ with an I. So Christi, Christi, and then Birch, like the tree, Birch. And I believe it comes up Cosmic Christi Birch. So if you look up Cosmic Christi Birch, like the tree, and trust they have, in fact, I might put it up as a holder page, because in order to get on here, I had to go for a little walk, and they had their little bullshit, and there's even a piece of a birch tree over there. If y'all have trash around y'all that's just popping up, that's another thing. See, there's so much that I need to be telling y'all besides this crap. What you're feeling is the intention, okay? What you feel is the intention. And I'll say this too. What I told my crew is, if y'all, because look, I at the event that we had on Wednesday, and we did have a really good event to start, but see, in astronomy and when we do stuff, it creates something so macro that it's like when we do it, it's like in our little 3D minds, we just want to get the company going. You know, we just want to get some money in. But then it becomes to where you make $5, but you get the right $5 from the right person that sets a change into effect, and then you shut down the whole pier nobody but who you're supporting is, and everybody's getting healings, and that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened. But everybody was partying, having a good time. Everybody just felt great, and it was just flushing. And then some high-powered people, even from Texas, that I've known from other realms, appeared. And one of them's African American. She went to bat for me. But I'd met her in another realm. I know I did. Somebody walked up to her and told her not to talk to me. And she said, "That's my sister." And they went off on her because I was white. And she was like, "No, she's more powerful than me. Like, I know her from Texas. Like, what are you talking about? That's my sister." But look, even little crap like that was going, and it wasn't a big deal, and I didn't even find out about it to the extent afterwards, because I don't even have to get involved in it anymore, because we're also connected. But that's little things that might be even going off around you, okay? Or you might have to stand up for somebody, but realize that is happening on every single dimension, all at once, and you have no idea what you're really standing up for, or to whom, because you don't really know what dimension you're clearing if your eyes aren't open way out there. You think that it's happening right here, but it's not. It's somewhere else. We're really past the Mason shit, but I think it's coming up just because it's going to have to walk through it. It's almost like, because Vector Pisces, like, it still has to merge. So there might be a subgroup of you that is now getting affected by Mason codes being, I'm hearing a honk. Hold on just a second. Let me, because I don't want to put anything out there I don't want to make anything more. See, this is where I have to be careful, because I don't want to remanifest. Because see, I already know that we broke it, but what I'm seeing, because I no longer am affected by it. Now, what I'm seeing though is, because it's like those of us who walked it and cleared it. That doesn't mean, because like I told y'all, like you got to get all the way out. And those of us that were leading the pack had to, and we had to walk so many 0-point deaths. There's no fucking way in hell you would have been able to do it. You'd have to be made like me or one of the Shaw and Miss Sierra to be able to pull this off, and be in the movies and be in an AB neg. Because I mean, even being Marilyn Monroe saved us because we could walk the Mercury. Because all y'all's dead. If you didn't have movie on film, then you didn't even have DNA in 2020 when everything blew up. And that's the truth. So a lot of you will be getting, and because it's almost like, because it's going to go boom, boom. So really all it is like tonight, like in my world, on my side, it's like this is a ball that got started rolling a long time ago, before everyone knew who we were, what was really going on. And in the higher realms, they're ashamed. So you might, in the higher realms, everybody is ashamed that I'm even having to show up and tell you this, that this is how it went down. And so as empaths and as a collective, if you're feeling that, then that's what it is. It's because whatever black mat that was all set up, and the queen has died. So it's like there is no binding. If you know, and I don't know much about spells, but if you know anything about pharmaceuticals, same thing. You have to have a binding agent, because it's same thing. So and a lot of the queen in that line was the binding agent. Well, she was the only one that had even enough to hold the agent. So it's almost like this. It's trying to reset, okay, without the binder, without the host, and so what's happening is it's flipping, because we flipped everything, and so a lot of y'all might start getting some of that as a projection, but it's going to be a little bit different than Well, it's going to make you emotional. See, because how I always knew, so let me give you for instance. Somebody drives by your house. They know who you are because they know who you are. Everybody knows who you are. They know if you're about to be something. They know about you about making money. Or current or whatever it is. You know, you're about to open something big. Your family line's proven. You don't know yet. You're like the missing piece in between. So then they put you in a pressure cooker to make you go cuckoo so that they can take the connection. Okay. They're trying to mirror it. This is all that dash in shit. So, what they would do in the old energy is drive by your house and they throw something that was like associated to you in your story. Like one time when I finally realized what was happening, because it was happening to me and I didn't understand what was happening. Because I'd be sitting in the house and then all of a sudden I'd like get up, and this is when the commanders and I still had the crimson worm. So it's like I'd get up and then I'd be drawn like a magnet, like it was just like a magnet, right where somebody dropped something. Like you could not put any. This is how we did it. Anything that was thrown into our yard or anything with intention. I mean, that's why I found that pile of bullshit, because it was associated to us. If it didn't have intention on it, I wouldn't have cared. It'd been a bit of a trash. No. It had intention. This is why I have to come on YouTube to clear this, because this is how big it is. But then when I do, I get blamed for I don't know what, because it's so funny that they even use that against me to take my child. Because I'm telling y'all the truth. And by the way, Birch on the stand said that I gave him a death threat. And the judge asked him what I said, and I said, karma is a bitch. Well, only somebody that has some really bad karma would see that as a death threat. I don't call that a death threat. I call that universal law. And everyone's right. I don't know why I have the door open. Just give me a second. You can use the color hues too. So so let me finish. I got it. The color hues. So that's your best defense now. Because see, we have new defenses that we didn't have before. And I use them all the time. It's the color hues. So we'll do it this way. So to connect it to dollar, $3, it changes something. $5, it's a catalyst. So $3 is a catalyst. You want to, and this is how it just works. You can send this to your friends and do this way too. Right now, I appreciate if you send it to me, because I'm powering it up to, I don't know, God knows what. I mean, what I can do with $5 will blow everybody's mind. Me too. It's just because it's not. This is your energy. This is you going, go do it. This is telling me as your collective racehorse, I'm putting $1 on you. I'm putting $3 on you. I'm putting $5 on you. That's more what this is. This is not, I need your money anymore, because it's not. As you can tell, I've got past that. I'm not even the same as I was when Natalie was here. My feminine has acted in. I'm starting to become my feminine again. Finally. But then I need protection. Right? And this is this final thing. This is what we all need. And I have been doing nothing but explaining to the masculine collective why we've had to wait. Because the truth is that whenever you are with people like me, and that's beings like me that have cleared all of this, our sexual union and our love is so powerful that we have been killed and murdered for it our whole existence. In this now, whenever we have sex with you, you manifest your wildest dreams. You do. This is that 1,000-year virgin stuff. But this is also how the collective makes new stuff quick. Okay? Well, there's no selling off royal lines to create fences anymore. It don't matter. It's what, but all of us angels had to wait for somebody that's freaking not out of their mind wanting to freaking take over the world. Because if they had sex with us, then that'd be what happened. So what's so crazy about it is that we get blamed being whores, but actually the female human race are the whores, not us. We don't understand that. We never do that. In fact, y'all steal our images and put it up on porn, and then you get everyone addicted to porn on our images, and then you make the other women feel like they have to do that crazy shit in order for men to like them, and the men think that that crazy shit is love, but the beings that you're all fucking all about aren't even in it. It's just the energies in it. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's insane. That is. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as your lead brain on the planet, that is the basis of insanity. United States, I call it the United States of Conundrum, because it's what it is. It's a giant conundrum. And intended to be. So now there are beings that are clear, that are getting here. But understand that they're even having to get from the United States, a lot of them. They're having to come from here. They're having to get, so many are traveling to the United States. So many of the unions that need to happen, we're in different, they've taken your passport. You don't have any money. So, but you're supposed to. Somebody else is taking that flight. Well, understand if someone else took that flight, then just get ready, because it's coming to you tonight. There won't be, I don't care who's on the flight might go down, the flight might not make it, that dude might die, that chick might die, whatever the F-balls, but your union will happen no matter, in your bedroom, in the grocery store, in the fucking shower, wherever the hell is supposed to happen, in that timeline, wherever you are, you'll get it. I can promise you that. To the ones who are attempting to mimic it, I'm done. We're done with you. All you had to do was show up. You don't want to show up. You don't want to show up to your own hearing. You don't want to show up to your own healing. You don't want to show up to your own quantum count. Well, then it gets erased, and we'll just start a new one. And fuck everything else, because I think that's what we're going to do. No digital currency, no nothing. There's nothing. There's your human energy, and that's it. Now, if you get pulled outside because something's been thrown in your energy, what it is they're using Mason codes like goldfish. Goldfish would be one, pizza would be one, but there's ones that go real more deep that'll be associated to you in your story. So if you're getting stuff thrown in your yard or you're getting called out, take fucking note of what it is and make a list. Because that helps you kind of see what the heck, because we don't know. So that helps you, like, what are they throwing? Is it your birthday? What did make you come out of your house? See? And then just don't think about it. Read into what the feeling was. Now, what I saw whenever I saw that projection was that. See, how it's different is that when I was getting them and when the original crew was getting them, it was really clear because there was only one side. So the intention in the message was only negative, forceful, whatever, per our perception, because we were breaking all of it. And there wasn't, but after those codes were sent to us, okay, so after any of those codes were sent to us, then the whole collective cleared them. Okay, so if you throw something in the yard that has to do with pizza, for instance, instead of getting angry, you just might start crying all of a sudden, is my point. Because now, whatever the object is, whatever, because see, this is what we learn, intention's everything. That's it. But everybody there's a whole bunch of intention and there's a whole bunch of powerful intention on a couple of things that'll rock your woo-woo if you don't know. And that's what I'm saying. That's what, now understand that also, if this is happening to you, it's because you need to get rocked a little bit because somebody's knocking at your door. You gotta figure out, am I supposed to move or am I supposed to take over the city? Most of the time you're supposed to take over the city. But you don't want to open up the door because you're scared. Well, you're the only one who can stop the evil. So why are you scared? In fact, the more evil it is, the easier it is to control. That's why I got moved over here to Crenshaw. The deeper the well for us light beings, the more powerful the explosion in any direction, and the easier it is to make a freaking huge impact quickly. So that this is why, I dance the way I do. It's why I grew up in college towns my whole existence. I grew up in honky-tonks. That's just my story. But it goes real deep because it goes into cash and all the lines of ever a superstar. I'd be one right now if I wouldn't have drank the AI to fucking support all y'all. I was the last one. If they would have got me, oh shit. That's why I was there. But they didn't know that. They thought I was just another starseed just came through the system. I was trying to be that. I just wanted to be that. But then, no. But I didn't know, right? North Carolina is also where we say, see, this is all about the final on the divine masculine child. This tonight is basically the closing of that in any way, shape, form of any alteration. And North Carolina is where they kidnapped that little boy that I helped. That was 2018, and we got him found. It was on Leap Project. See, Rex, that's another thing. Rex Bear Leap Project, don't talk, get rid of it. Ransom, get rid of it. I had one interview with that guy Ransom, and he called me Ding Dong, and that was in 2018, and then my life's been living hell on YouTube ever since. The people in India didn't realize why I had to go into YouTube. They's all upset whenever I came on and had to come to the collective in this way. But my whole story and everything was designed to come to y'all the exact way that I needed to. In fact, it's like I just went to the store, saw that, and then I do all that, and then I always do something good right with it. It's like it all works together in tandem. If I had enough crews, we'd be over here handing out pamphlets, letting everybody know why they're having headaches and they're shitting themselves, and giving them some basic information so that we can hand it out over here. And that is what gives us the healing energy, is what gives us the collective power in order to keep redefining creation. But it happens together. It doesn't happen separate, because the alchemy happens as a group. And this is why it's so important to get a healing network established as quickly as possible, because that is how we're healing. We're using the same healing energy, but we need to all be on the same. Those that are using the healing force, then we just, whether you're healing or not, we just all need to have the same process of cleaning our energy, like calling energy in and cleaning it at night, no matter if you're doing anything or not. And we need to have the same high vibe process. No smoke, You know, it needs to be like a high vibe process. So if y'all want to start thinking about that and send me something if you're interested, or if you have a website. I was not able to get a website up. Why? They stole all my domains. They did here in the end. This is why if I would have got this up, they would have taken the whole thing. We've been in fuck just like they did in 2013. I don't have a website because I am the internet. That's why none of my stuff is online. It's all physical because it's the opposite. Everything that I teach you with Code U32 is what was going to go into the code if they would have let me keep it. It's the opposite side. It's everything else that you need to be able to exist in a reality that is created by Wi-Fi, internet codes, 5G, whatever you want to call it. You're in a bubble with a bunch of that's projecting in and off of you and mirroring. You're the computer. You are. So Code U32 and using the colors is the best way to defend yourself. Also, you have new tools. So, you know, if it's like, if you're looking into your royal, put your purple out. Just put purple out. Get a freaking crayon. Color purple and orange or purple and yellow. Put that out. Everything that you have in your field is getting replicated. Make sure that your pharmaceutical stuff's covered. Make sure that you don't have bills laying around everywhere. If you got bills laying around everywhere, that's why they won't go away. You need to put them away. Everything in your reality. I mean, this is why they have codes on everything. Pomona. It's like, I left it there because I'm taking back Florida Pomona when they moved the moon for 5J to begin with. It's probably why they're sitting here too, staring at me. Right? Because that's why you do that. That's what marketing is. You don't realize it's just sitting back here. What is this? Earth First bath tissue. Earth First. See, I'm leaving this here. Now, if it said Kleenex on it, I probably would have, if it bothered me. But I'm just letting you know that this is what subliminal means. If you're in an apartment complex and you're on top of a bunch of people, then holy shit, what's in their house? I don't know. It's in your bubble. We got Magic Chef over here, so I left it. I mean, I know that we manifested this hotel. And even an Archangel Michael, a galactic Archangel Michael got me here. Truly, truly. There's our 7. I got cookies in here. There's Sophia. I got 7-Eleven up there. What's color? This is orange. This is Hyades. Here's green. Well, green's basically Lyra 2. That's your alchemy colors. And then red. Bright red. So blood, right? Blood, raw, right? If you have a lot of red, I got orange up here over the TV, right? I keep Coca-Cola around me because it's part of the story for me. But then this hotel, all these hotels that I end up in, they're all painted walls. So I have Virgo. This is the ascended Virgo color here. All the doors are purple. I got my hula hoop because that keeps me. I use the physics. So there's literally a chute right here. There is. Right? Because everything's a reflection from up here. And anything that's in your energy. And if you're a full light being, what are you doing? Shining light, and it's doing what? What's it doing? If I'm shining light, where's it hitting? Look at that. Where's it hitting? Well, if there's a bunch of mirrors around, well, let's see. There's a bunch of mirrors around you and grids around you, then what is it doing? They're just watching. But what's in the room? There's a blue light, there's a hula, right? So it's like literally and even within the line, it's tripped us out so big time that y'all will do things and have these crazy experiences and we'll be like, why did that happen? That's so crazy. And then like, why did she do that? Or why did I do that? Why did I go off? Why did I do this? And then it'll be weeks, months later, and everything will be aligning with the cosmos to where it's a huge something, and then something will happen and I'll go, oh my God, that's what they saw. They only saw a little bit out of the corner, and that's why she did that. She held on to this, or that's why she moved this, or that's why she, because none of it was right. But you barely in your consciousness see a perception, but then they want you to see it, or it flashes, and so you see it. And then you think, oh, I had whatever. Well, you did. But what did you see? Just make sure you're always reading into it more. Just make sure that when you see things, don't react from what you see. This is Archangel Michael fucking failure 101. This is his only problem. Now, and I met an ascended one that I don't know. He doesn't talk a lot, but he definitely got me protected. I'm not sure that he completely understands the rest of it because the Michaels are so wrapped up in this Buddha nonsense. Because they always saw. So they were being used to create the Buddha nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I was being used to create tag, the body. They were taught and shown and deeply seated their entire existences to build these constructs. But what these constructs did was make a big prison planet. Because you don't have to do this and you don't have to do that, and there's not really no. Like some of us just wake up, boop, Buddha. What are you gonna? You're gonna put us through Buddha training? Okay, well if you do that, we might rewrite it, which is I think probably what I do. And then someone else tell you she's Joseph character, whoever he is. But the thing is, it's a woman. Here's the thing. The 3 people I've seen arrested, women. On the pier, last night, something really great happened. At the same time, there were 3 blackout vehicles that were on the pier arresting a woman. 3rd one I'd seen. 3 blackouts. I'm dancing. Singer calls me over. People are starting to notice our talents again because we're shining. We've merged them. We're getting them all back. It's like the people down here are starting to like shine again. It's hard to explain. And then as soon as the song ended, the singer said, well, that's a great way to end it. And all of them started driving off the pier. And I knew that son of a bitch is going to jail. Finally. Because he has convinced whoever it is, he has convinced everybody that he is it and has been. Now, when I woke up from the raw chamber before they sent me to Reaper Girl, this being was knighted in the galactics for letting the world know that it's blown up. Thing is, he's the one who pulled trigger. Because now, I was supposed to go claim and clean shit. Problem is, I already claimed and cleaned all the sexual energy with my ascended, and then sending me back to have to do that, because that was some type of Trump thing. Like, there was something went really wrong between, because Trump was doing what he was supposed to do. We was all working together. It's really kind of like a secret space program is what people would call it per this perception, only because it is what created space. But it's ancient information, which is why he's calling for a master, because it's how it really manifests. However, something went way wrong in 2020. And I'm not sure what it was. I mean, it's like, according to my record, I would call it, he was being blackmailed. And that was the words in 2018 that he got from the Draconic, was to clean up his shit, that it was happening. And then the very next day is whenever all that stuff came out with the chick that he had an affair with or whatever, which was so like little and old news now. But that was 2018, and then it was what 2 days later I was finding out who my birth father was, and so it was like disclosure happened for both of us. And even the fact that I was on a video conference with the court having to deal with Rex, it felt like that was all set up to get me on a video because he was having to appear in court, or somebody was having to appear in court. Because my life is mimicking it, and I'm not even involved. It's like what am I gonna fight for? To not see, and so basically I'm homeless and I'm a meth addict, and then I get served with child support payments. They want me to start making child support. Okay, like what's happening here? Like it's insane. It's like the record is just trying to like keep up. So it's like, are you homeless or are you like the wealthiest person in the world? It's like, I don't know. But no matter, I haven't been able to talk or have a relationship with my son since he was 8 years old. Christopher has done everything to block me. He's taken him to medical stuff. They enroll him in school behind my back. He's probably called me 4 times in 5 years to give me a report on my child. And when I do come into town, then he's always busy, and then I get trapped. It's like and all of us that are in the shop, we know what that is, because I used every single one that was trying to get to me to help. We was used against each other. Every fucking, that we were the main ones. They just watched us to see when we was going to go try to connect, and then they just take us all out for it. Because nobody was really supporting us. Because they didn't know. Or because they didn't believe, or whatever. And then you have other people behind the scenes that are writing a fake story. And then you show up here and you don't even have a name. Like, literally. So, it's just the truth about Masonic. See, understand that in the future, this time that we just came out of was called the Barbarian Age. Because it's barbaric. When you've lived the other way, and you know that even I say that now. That's why I think it's just so insane, because I know the truth. I know how things really are manifest down here, which is why I just won't have nobody else dying for it. We paid enough. The price has been paid by 40,000 of us for millions of years, and there ain't nothing left to do but raise. And thank you for anybody who does Cash App. Just all that does, that's connecting in, that's sending the source of power. I only say $1, $3, $5. That's it. $5 is making the change. That's all that is. $5 is fucking change it. $3 is make something blow up to make it move, because we got to get that sediment moving so that one little fucking pearl at the top can fall through. That's what those tower moments are. That's all they are. It's a tower moment of a maze, so that then the maze that's on top of it drops down the ball, and then you're like, oh shit, where was I? 5. 5's a powerful number. 5's a number that was crawled up to 23. 23 is not 5. 23 is 2 plus 3. 23 is not 5. 32 is not 5. 32 with cohue 32 and all the colors that create a light frequency through human genome, and then do it to 32 degrees is cold fusion. It is. Just like nuclear is made with all of our energies, which is why there was a nuclear bomb pushed, but it's not what you think. What it did was blow up us so that we could resettle everything. But that's why we's here. And that's why when the nuclear bomb gets pushed, Nothing will end. It won't be allowed to end if we can do it. And we pulled it off. And let me tell you, this is a Hail Mary. But those of us that are ancients, we ain't going to deal with any of this bullshit anymore. We're so damn tired of it. We're disgusted. We're absolutely disrespected in every fucking aspect that of us, whether from ancient or the current shit that we walk down here. To have anybody talk to us the way that we have been talked to, we no longer stand for it. I command that all of my women and all my girls get a fucking shield from this bullshit. I will not have anybody else approach any living creature and ask them to suck their dick. I think that that is the most disrespectful shit. And I think that every single man who does that should lose their ability to fuck. And I got a second. We're here to teach y'all some damn respect. Well, the first thing that every man needs to realize is that the feminine is 9 dimensions. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care what damn nigger suit you're walking in. And I did say it. Because the ones that fucking came back to do this went into black body suits so that they could control a melanin and keep a Mo happy. And then gimp themselves in prisons till their dying day. Fucking Chris Hart, gimp. Eminem, gimp. Black and white version. In prison right now, from my understanding. A feminine is always going to have more information. I don't care what man you are. You will listen to the women around you. You do not have to do what they say. You will listen to all the goddamn information if they're going to be bound to you in any way. If you don't want to listen, then you don't get to be with an angel. You don't get to be with someone who changes your destiny. What you get is a trash can, and it's what you want, then go fucking learn how to undo your trash can. Don't come spitting that shit on us. We ain't dealing with it. We've already cleaned it. Out your ass and up your balls and everything else. Fuck, I've already cut your little thingy. Y'all don't even need a prostate. I've already redone your bodies. It's so hard to be human. I don't want to tell you where your dick came from. You might really lose your kook. We ain't gonna freaking deal with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with my women being disrespected. It killed the human race. It killed the soul. It killed the heart of the planet. Because men all of a sudden thought that they could just make other men and make men into women so that they could be controlled. You're trying to control human nature. You're trying to control something that can't be controlled. That is why everything's going chaotic. The thing is, Earth's gone. We need to decide what we call this. It is more Venetian. We're up in that Maldek layer. We are. It's a Venetian Maldek energy. We're more Venetian than we are. Your skin's totally changing. You're not an Earthling. You'll have Earthling on your resume from now on. You ascended from Earth. If you do, if not, you'll go back down into an Earthling, and we'll come back and talk to you in about 1,000,000 years. Actually, you'll be the ones down there doing this crazy shit. The main ones that fuck me over. And fucking Leo King, I don't know what his goddamn problem is. But David Palmer, you got fingerprints all over this bitch, and I'm calling your ass out. You want to not show up, you want to do this shit to me when I get to an RV, I fucking make a connection, and then send me back for some ungodly reason because I don't even know. Because what, I needed a root canal? Because my teeth were popping out with the rest of the fucking human race? And then you just decided we weren't enough for you? So what, you sent us to fucking biker hell? Like, I don't know. I want a fucking explanation from the Orange County. Straight up. The mid that I've met lately, though, are very respectful. I can just be me. I don't have to, only if they ask, only if it comes up, do I even have to dab into this bag of information. Personally, I'm done talking about it. This is old news to me. I'm here to build new everything. I'm here to connect and show everyone how to be their own business owner. I'm here to help commerce continue through an energetic exchange of energies. If y'all don't know your colors, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? If anybody knows any developers, all I need. I've already got the library built to put this online. All I need is somebody who can write a lot, store. Now, if you know anybody who's a developer, write this down, because this is like a job order. This would be the biggest paid job order that you ever got if you got me the right person, angelically tuned, and one of y'all is going to be the one to bring it in. A job order is whenever you go and it's like, this is what I need. They have to do this. They just have to do this. This is what the manager would tell me. So then you make some phone calls if you know some developers and you go, yo, I've got this opportunity you can partner in with. It'll take you 2 days. Can you write light queries and stored procedures on an API, on an existing API? Because it's just an astrology API. All we got to do is put some little things in there, because I don't care, just defining what those degrees are and spit it out. That's it. That's all we need. And this can be online for whatever we want. We can give away keys to it, but then it'd be the foundation energy that all this money is coming in order to start building all of this. We've already got it all. We just need to push it out. We've got the coloring books. We've got the series. This should be in everybody's house. There's moon calendars that help you track your manifestation. This is like Earth 101. And it's where all the designers, it's where all your ideas, it's where all your cards, everything that you've been channeling, maybe your whole life, maybe your whole existence, maybe just in the past 4 years, is going to link somewhere up on this cosmic keyboard. And everyone that gets those energies and sees that that's what they are, then they're going to need tons of things to assist them to explain it. You already have it. The whole collective has it. I'm the cog to make it turn on. It's a color foundation. It's the foundation of color. It's how color gets here. It's how your soul gets here. It just depends on what color your soul is, where you came from. That's it. It's pretty easy. And then everything else in between can be utilized with your consciousness to bring in additional energies. So that's where we're at with that. It's right there. I'm here handing out inheritances. I'm not allowed to get into business, what you'd call business at this point in this connection, if money doesn't fail, if the computer systems stay open. I mean, I don't know. It all depends on what these people do next, because this is what it is. If the beings that hold the power to the rest of it don't want to give it, then it'll fall and we'll just take over energetically like we did the pier. It seems to be how we do it, because they won't give us anything, so then we have to change everything because we have nothing. But that is why we did it. The more that you do that and have no money, the more money comes in when you need it, because what you're doing is processing it. If you're sitting at home waiting for it, it ain't coming. If you're out moving around and doing healing, and then I found $20 right when we needed it one day. Saved me and Natty's ass. But I've sent $20 out so many times, it's about time that we got it. I can literally watch $20 go be sent from the crew and then be in a grocery store and see somebody spy a child that needs food and buy it for them instantly, not a thought. I see it go quick. Those of you who didn't have to go zero, you have what's left of what you call old money for a reason. To clean it. To put it into something new. Whatever is old, don't pay your insurance. Don't pay all that bullshit. You keep your cell phone on for now. Everybody stop paying rent. We'd be done paying rent. It's the fucking morons that are paying the rent by order of their corporation, literally. They keep paying rent. So no corporations. That's fine by me. All the ones holding might have a problem. But I've already given mine up. See? Or they're about to fall anyway, because everybody's going to have to go into the shop. There ain't no other way from here to there. You can either do it yourself, or you can mingle and commingle and heal other people and mirror other people. That's what you have to do. You get in their energy. I don't care if you go walk around the block. Who are you guided to talk to? You're gonna mirror their energy. You're gonna learn from them. They're gonna learn from you. You make a little twist tie. You walk off, and then maybe your $2,000 will show up. If you're sitting in your room going, "Give me some money," like I did, because I did. It ain't gonna work. Trust me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Talk to the ones who haven't had anything. Anybody that's homeless or something like that, you might call homeless. Are you sure? I think they're just living off the grid. They're probably smarter than you. According to y'all, everybody in Bethlehem was homeless. Would you consider everyone in Egypt homeless? I would, because they all lived in stuff that was paid for by an empire. I consider everybody on this planet homeless, because none of you have a home. You're on a grid system that's frying your body. See, this is the point where I am with the knowledge that I have. And you know I can't tell a lie. I think that's it for now. I thank y'all for listening. Evidently, all these codes needed to come out. Flash in the bathroom. I'm going to eat something. If something comes back in, I'll come back on. It's funny because I have APOS in my daughter's paperwork, but it states AB on my son. Right. It's probably two different dimensions. See, this is even Mary Magdalene, Sarah, the babies. All of us that had children in this realm had to be done to connect the lines. We had to have the babies, or else the races wouldn't exist. All of us that are the major healers that came in for this, or the mega star seeds, the masters, the ones that came up to set for the masters, are the problem. The ones who came up in the 50s and 60s, all of y'all need to drop your fucking panties and put down your magic wands, because you're the ones who held us masters hostage, and we're very fucking aware of it now. It's the first time I've voiced it to the masses. But we got a big fucking problem with a bunch of space command coming and taking over a planet and then deciding, fuck the commanders. Ooh. You're in big shit. And this is stuff that the Earth has never seen before. This is stuff we've never seen on the Earth before, because we're having galactic fucking issues on the ground with a galactic macro repercussions from the inside out. But don't blame anybody else but your NATO imposter.